students have kind of, like, so I would prefer a TA position over an RA or reader position, obviously because the package is different.
Mhm.
Is there any way for us to indicate that if we apply, like if I apply for
Mhm.
both and someone for a reader position is like, oh, we like her, but then a
Yes.
TA position would have also offered me it? Is there a way for us to,
To indicate that?
yeah.
It happens automatically. So I'll be more specific about the process. So the application closed on Friday, away from today. Information goes to them. The group of faculty that get to choose first are those who are selecting TAs. That's the first preference and the first go. So let's say, just for argument's sake, there are, I don't know, 100 applications total. And then 20 faculty members select 20 TAs. So the remaining 80 students go on to the next phase, which after that is the faculty who are hiring readers, the one that pays the least, or less than TA, and so forth. So there are TAs, readers, or also in specific courses, but it has less of a financial package. And after that come the PAs in concentrations and specializations. And last, the students who are being hired for offices because they require more generic skills than the other one. But thanks for the question. Yes?
When you send the faculty information about the applicants, do you send the classes they are currently enrolled in?
No. No, what we send to them is the name of the students who are interested in being a TA, whatever year in their specific class. They do know who's in their classes. Am I answering your question?
We probably will be applying to classes we already took in the
Correct.
fall semester.
Yes.
But do the faculty also get to know which classes you're enrolled in this spring semester?
Oh, this semester? No.
Okay.
Yes.
For the DRA positions, does the amount of coursework that we've taken for the concentration play a role in them selecting us for that position, or does it not matter?
Does the amount of work that you...
For example, if you want to be a DRA for EPD and you've only taken like maybe 2 classes for your concentration, is that a negative factor, or would they prefer if you've taken more classes for the EPD concentration?
I think it varies by concentration. I mean, of course, they would like, I mean, if you think about what it is that they do, and you can look at the specific job description, what the PA/faculty, the former known as DRAs, do is to help the concentrations and specializations with planning events, talking to students, conveying simple information, etc. So to the extent that having taken classes helps facilitate that type of function, yes. And also that they understand the concentration and how it works, etc. And they typically interview students, just to ensure, yes. Correct. Yes. Yes, I mean, it depends on the faculty member for the specific concentration. I'll get to all of them, but I'm just, go ahead.
Yeah, spoke to a couple second year students, and they recommended like just apply for as many as you can. Is that encouraged or reasonable? I mean, your example, you had somebody apply for like 4 things, which sounds very respectable and reasonable, but I imagine some people are just like select all and like see what they get. Do you recommend doing that? I mean,
The question is it recommended to apply for everything? What I put on the example, I just made it up. I mean, it's not like it's a typical application. My response will be, if it is a class, read what it is they're asking. What is the likelihood that they will select you for econometrics if you've never taken the course, for example? Or you can look specifically at the job description, and if they only require a general understanding of the subject area, etc., etc. But on your part, it doesn't take anything. You can do select all. I mean, what is the likelihood that that will happen? Probably not very high for a lot of those positions. Yes, by then. Yes.
They apply for everything that they would actually accept. Right? They shouldn't apply for.
There,
They shouldn't apply for jobs you wouldn't accept.
that's a very good point. Yes, yes.
They did ridiculous.
They usually only apply for jobs that you're actually willing to accept if chosen for it. Yes. Yes, you. I'm sorry.
If we apply to two TA positions and both professors want us, do we get to choose which offer we want to take, or are we automatically assigned?
Do you want to take? Sure. This is the Vice Dean of the school, Professor Eric Verhoeven, who's going to answer that question. The question was, what happens if two professors wants me for a TA position? How is that decision made?
So each faculty member will be randomly assigned a priority number, essentially, and then so it will depend on which of the two faculty members got the higher priority number. And if they both want you, which class you'd be assigned to. Is that clear? So that's that's done randomly. There's no favoritism there, but there has to be some way of breaking the tie. So the way the tie is broken is with this random order.
All the way at the end.
Right. So you said that like for course assistants, we don't need to apply. So how are those decisions made?
The what, I'm sorry?
The course assistants.
The course assistants, yes.
We don't need to apply for that. One, how are those decisions made? My
We-
second,
Yes.
second question is that are professors the last decision makers, or do they give you a list of potential candidates and then OSA decides?
Good questions. The first question, how are course assistants selected? We, in OSA, send a list of the students who remain unassigned for that particular semester to the faculty with the information, part of the information that we request, of course, is the information that on the application, and they make that decision. They may choose to interview or not to interview, but they make the decisions. And the second question was what, I'm sorry?
Are the professors the final decision makers, or do they give you a list and then OSA decides that, okay, among this randomly we're going to pick?
They make the final decision. We have no way of ascertaining who would be a good fit. Yes, with the glasses.
What percentage of the applicants get an offer? Any sort of question, like what is the likelihood that we're going to get some sort of?
It's, the reason why I'm really thinking about this is because there are students who get two positions. So it depends on how you look at it. I would say probably 60% or so get some sort of position. But again, it varies. It depends on whether the student is selected for. And it's of course a function of how many people actually apply and are eligible. I'll take one on this side. You too.
Is the salary component of the thing taxable? Yes, then how do we do that? And is the tuition part in any way taxable?
The tuition part, the simple answer, the tuition part is not taxable. The salaries are taxable. Yes, behind you. Yes.
Can you be a reader for two subjects in the same semester?
No. Yes.
Can the tuition part go also to other fees in the Columbia charges, like medical fees or like other fees?
The question is, can the tuition part go to other fees? And the answer is, it goes to any fees that are charged to your student account.
Okay.
So in addition to tuition, it's insurance, and if you're billed for housing for that, it goes towards that as well. Yes, with the glasses.
How many hours are TAs and readers expected to work?
TAs work 20 hours per week, and readers work 15 hours per week.
So we apply for both TA and reader positions for the second class, and how does that get laid out?
The question is, can you apply for both the TA and a reader position within the same class, and how is the decision made? The answer is yes. You should apply for both, and the decision is made by faculty, depending on whether they consider that you have the skills for a TA or for the reader for that class. Yes.
How many positions are there total?
There's 108 courses that have positions, but some of them have more than one. For example, Econ has 4 TAs and 8 readers. But you can see them, and I didn't count them. But you can, the job description will remain there for the fall as well as for the spring. And there's a column that lists the actual positions. Yes, behind.
Where do we find the link to the application?
It's on the work scene page. We sent the link yesterday. We'll send another one just so you have it. On that one page, you will find everything that you need. You will find the link to the application, a link to the job descriptions, and there's also a small guide which basically goes over what I'm saying right now. And there will be a video that will be uploaded in case you want to see it again, or in case you know someone who didn't see it, who didn't get a chance to attend. All the way in the back.
Is it necessary to split the payment between tuition and salary, or can all go to tuition?
It has to be split. There are packages that are put together that way that we have to abide by. Yes. You, yeah, with the blue sweater.
So for the tuition aspect of it, how does that work? For example, I can pay entirely for my fall, but my spring I cannot pay for. Does that credit just sit there until spring rolls around, or do I have to use it in a certain time period?
You want to tackle it? Is there?
Any sum of all financial aid, including assistantships, scholarships, loans, etc., that exceeds your tuition and fees gets refunded to you by Kent Hall. That happens early in the semester. If you prefer that it roll over to the following semester, you have to initiate that with Kent Hall. I think you might be able to do that on SSOL, but most students just opt to take that refund, at which point you can use it for living expenses, etc. The only taxability is if none of it is loans. If you have scholarships and the tuition credit from the assistantship all in total exceed your tuition and fees, that overage is potentially taxable income, and to be blunt, very few students have that problem.
All the way in the back.
What about the tutors, like math tutors, is there an application for that?
No, there is no application. It's also once everything is done. There's a few tutors that are hired every semester. There's some writing tutors that we hire. There's 3 writing tutors, and there's 1 math tutor that is hired in the whole semester. And then we contact the students once all the positions have been assigned, because they're the one that pays the least. And there's only 4 positions for that. But there's no need to apply. Yes?
How do you choose the writing tutors?
How do what?
How do you choose the writing tutors? Is there a process to apply for those? The writing tutors.
Yes.
Is there a procedure to apply for those positions?
That's sort of like the leader position. They come afterwards.
We're not able to hear you.
It's in the same category as the reader positions.
What used to be called the reader.
Oh, sorry. The course assistants. Course assistants. So you don't have to apply for it. We'll consider your application.
We basically go through resumes and people that have tutoring experience, etc. And we contact them to see if they're interested in doing it.
So, like, how do you get to know if a person has tutoring experience and then
How do you? I can't hear you.
how do you actually get to know if a person has tutoring experience if there's no common?
On the resume, there's a resume you need to upload. Yes.
Are there any other requirements apart from being in a good standing and completing with credits for particular positions?
No, only what is stated on the job descriptions for the positions themselves. Yes.
Will the grade requirement for TA courses be revealed?
I can't hear you.
Will the grade requirement for TA courses be revealed, as in this course only those with an A can apply with?
Yes, there are some specific courses in which faculty has made it known that and it's part of the job description itself. Anybody else? Any questions? Yes.
Are the job descriptions already loaded, or will those also be released when the application opens?
No, they're already there. You can access them. You can access them. Well, I told you it was going to be simple. It's relatively simple. Applying for these positions. If you have any questions, we'll be here. if you want to purchase individually, or you can come to the office or send us an email as well. Thank you so much for coming.